Hey everybody, and welcome to my plus size grandma. Woo-wee! What's up, y'all? It is Friday night, about 9:40 p.m. here, and I am chilling outside for a little bit, just pulled back in my yard, and I'm sitting here, and I just sometimes just sit in the car. It's not that I don't like to go in the house or anything. I always tell people I get my best ideas when I'm sitting in the car with my head rag on or whatever. If I have a cap on, excuse me, I still have my cough. It's like I get the best ideas ever just sitting here in my own space. Now, why I do it in the car, I don't know. It's just something I've done for a long time. But I stumbled across a YouTube video by the name of a guy by the name of Earl Nightingale. And I got all of a sudden excited because it's been like a long week. It's been a week of this and a week of that. And it's been a week of, really fighting to stay positive, as we all do, fighting, just to keep my family at peace. And I heard this guy talk, and he was teaching about an excellent mindset, basically. And as he was teaching, and this was for the men, and I said, well, I'm going to listen to it, since I got men going to be coming in my class now. And I could not believe that just simple words put together could make me realize that I did something different to get success. I did something different. Yes, it's a goal, and yes, I had a place to go, and I had milestones that I needed to reach, and I did reach. And it was just the part about following your heart, doing things differently. And I always thought I was the black sheep of the family because I always did everything differently. I never wanted to follow the crowd. I never wanted to follow the family. I'm just me. I do what I want to do. I don't like following the industry. I'm just me. I do what I do, and I just really don't follow a lot of things that others would follow, because I always just thought, why not use what you have, the skill set that you already have? And if it's different, so what? So I got to thinking about when he said that guys follow other guys from the time they're in like second grade. I'm like, what? And I got to think about, yeah, that is true. And they grow up to do what they see the others doing. And that's the same thing with women. Women grow up to do the same thing that they see other women doing. They want to be like a certain girl in elementary. And they grow up their whole life trying to follow that image. That image. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm on fleek now. Now I'm ready to just go get the show recorded and, just add what I got to add in there. He said most guys will go work. When they come home, first thing they say is, I'm tired. And the reason why they say that is because that's what they heard their father say, or either the male figure say when they used to work, when they was, coming in from work, like their father or grandparents or something. And I remember my daddy was different from that. My daddy never said he was tired when he came in from work. My daddy always had goals after work. You hear me? That man had goals after work. So I was like, y'all don't understand. I'm so happy to hear that. That, just because I'm different doesn't mean I'm not following my heart. And when I think about my daddy taught me a whole lot. And that's probably why I'm like, I go against the grain and stuff. I don't mind going against the grain. I don't mind standing in the gap by myself, because I know God got me. And I know there's work for me to do out here, that I have to put what He has given me on the inside, my gift, in order for it to help somebody else. And following my heart. One thing about following my heart, I never really had the big expectations of being married and stuff like that. I really didn't. Most of my big things that was in my heart was being able to write stories, make movies. That was my biggest thing. Write music. It was just everything was tied to writing. Write articles. I wrote articles for Yahoo, contributed for years. You know, that was my first big writing break right there, just being a contributor to Yahoo.com. And you know, that was my heart. I was following my heart, and I just had to make sure that, you know, it was what I wanted to do. And when I got in the music industry, I realized that I had kind of shifted away from some of the things that I love to do, which was, you know, just following other people. And it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. You can be following your heart one minute, and if you don't pay close attention to who you're hanging around, next thing you know, you be followed them going their path. And I realized that I'm not a person who's just stuck on one set of kind of music. I'm open-minded. I love all kind of music. So I got back on my path doing country music for Nashville, you know, getting out there. I like a variety. I don't like to be settled down I love to step out and do things that I don't know how to do. My sister asked tonight, what kind of learner are you? Are you a visual learner? Are you an audio learner? Are you a kinetic learner? I said, I'm all. Are you a hands-on learner? I'm all. I love to do it all. That's where my passion is doing as much as I can with what I have. I love to do it all. So following my heart, I think I did not become truly happy until I started writing out my scripts. And I started acting them out myself. And I said, you know what? This is awesome. I listen to the voices and characters that I play in these scripts, and I'm just so excited and amazed at what I was holding on to all these years. And listen, I was like this when I was in second grade, first grade, kindergarten. I was already like that. That's what I really wanted to do. I was already, I guess you could say, an actor in my own head, where I would act out stuff. I would copy people. I would do good impersonations of family members and people on TV singing. You know, I was always good at that stuff. And because we think that what we see everybody else doing, that's what we gotta do. We gotta conform to what they're doing. And Earl Nightingale said, do not conform to these big groups. And I was like, what? Man, you said this stuff like 50, 60 years ago. And this stuff is blooming now. It's blessing me right now. I'm excited. I'm excited because you don't conform to these big groups. You stay in the path that God has given you. And that's where your heart is. And I thank God tonight that I'm following my heart. I say all the time, I don't know why I didn't ever think to just start my own show, knowing that that's what I wanted to do. And I guess, you know, when we're following everybody and they like, you got to be professional this, professional that. You got to do it this way. You got to do it that way. Just let me be me. Just let me be me. Let me deliver the way I know to deliver. Let me deliver what's inside of me to whoever likes it. I'm not asking you to like everything that I do, but whoever likes it, it's somebody out there that likes what I do. Gosh almighty, I'm so tickled. And I'm going in here and I'm going to lay down this last show. I'm going to finish up this episode with Monty. You know, the episode that I wrote, Auntie and Niecy with Monty. I'm going to finish it up tonight and try to get it released by about 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe. And it's just like my creative juices are wide awake. And despite me having a rough week, I'm going to tell y'all, I had a rough week, but I didn't give up. I didn't give in and I didn't get negative. I had to set up a lot of nights this week, and I was so tired this morning. I went to sleep probably 5 o'clock this morning, and then I was just so tired. But hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to help people get through whatever they're going through. And that's where my heart is too. And that's why I was able to do it. And you see, even now, even though I was facing a bad situation this week, every night this week with my son going through psychotic episodes, it's like God renewed me. It's like that when that video appeared up, follow your heart. I'm following my heart. All I want is my family well. That's success to me. When I can live a day and everybody in my family is okay, that's success to me. When I can go in that house, in my home, and look around and see that I do have something, that's success to me. When I know that I have a mind to add on to whatever I have, that's success to me. It's not necessarily the money. Yeah, we need money, but I'm telling you, a lot of things I do don't hardly cost anything, and it's just as good as what other folks do. It's just how you view it, and it's who you follow. If you're following these people who's constantly doing stuff and it's not within your means, then you're just a follower. I follow Christ. I follow Christ. Let me say it like that. I follow Christ. So when I follow Christ, I'm following my heart. And my heart is to just keep putting these skits out here, to keep doing the things I do in music, to keep teaching people, educating people, to keep loving on people. That's my heart. And if God happens to throw me a man in between there, good God Almighty, that'll be a blessing too. Because everybody needs that one love that they can go to and, feel comfortable with telling this and that, and, get your hug and a kiss here and there, and, that just one person is made for you. Everybody ain't made for you. And that's good enough for me. But yeah, y'all go check out Earl Nightingale. Let me write that in the chat. I'm going to write it in the chat, okay? Y'all check out Earl Nightingale. Can I write it in here now? He was a radio announcer too. And when I heard him talking, I was like, oh my God, he's saying some of the things that I really like. Some of the things that I actually live by. In my heart, that's what I believe. I'm putting this on here for y'all. Especially the men. You don't have to be like other men. Yes, you work for 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week. But there's something greater out there besides a job for you. There's something bigger. Okay, I got it on there. There's something bigger for you. So you don't have to stay, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Do your own thing. You don't have to be a follower. Yes, we have to stay connected with people and help people and love people along the way to help them become successful, because they the ones who gonna help us become successful. But you don't have to get on their path. You can take examples from the past, or paths. What am I saying? But you don't have to be necessarily on the same path in order to be successful. And I see a lot of people in the music industry who have just followed somebody else's path and it's not working for them. And they don't want you to tell them that, hey, it's not working for you. You look like you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. And that's why a lot of music artists now, a lot of independent artists are just basically at a sit still, because they're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. They don't have nothing new to offer. They're offering the same thing. They're not even putting a twist on it. They're just offering the same thing. So me